Hello and welcome to Module 5, Part 1, Train the Ultimate Physio. So what we're talking about today is inspiring your team. So how to get your team on board with everything that you've done so far. Without getting your team on board, everything's pretty useless. Okay, so our quote for today. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So how this is applied to me in my practice is generally when I'm doing a lot of stuff on my own, I can really rip through it and I feel like I'm making great progress. But realistically, when I look back, a lot of this work that I've achieved has just been me doing more myself. Where I've made real progress in my practice is harnessing the power of my team, but it's something that has taken time. Now, the results that I've got through helping my team get to where they want have been far more significant than what I could do even if I was working 80 or 100 hours a week myself. So what we're talking about in part 1 today is where you're at now with respect to your team, why inspiring your team is important, what inspiring your team actually looks like, how to do it, a case study of where I was at before and after, and then I'm going to give you an activity that you need to go and do. Alrighty guys, so where are you at right now? So this is you yourself as in your role as a clinic owner, but also in your role as a physiotherapist within your practice. So most clinic owners I know, you are absolutely run off your feet. You've got a really long list of patients who you've built up a great relationship with over time, but guess what? They all want to see you. They're willing to wait. They're willing to not get in today to see one of the other therapists and they'll see you tomorrow or on Tuesday or on Friday. They don't care. They're happy to wait. This causes a big problem. This is like a traffic jam. You run off your feet mentoring your people. So you're trying to help your people to get better. But until now, you've not really had any great structure around how to best do this or how to leverage this with either technology or knowledge or your other team members. So, you're helping your physios be better at physio. Where possible, you're helping your admin team to do their job better. Your other allied health, you're not really sure how to help them. And then the third element of being run off your feet is the firefighting. So fighting fires is something that when you've got a business that's starting to go well, but you don't fully harness the power of your team, you're the one who fights the fires. So if there's a problem, you solve it. If there's a complaint, you solve it. All of your accounts for phone and internet, electricity and whatnot, they're all in your name. So when they're all in your name, you've got to be on the phone to those providers because they won't talk to anyone else. They won't talk to your practice manager or your head admin because they're not an authorised person. So you fight all the fires. Now, here's the second part of where you're at right now is your people are actually coasting. Apart from seeing their patients, which they do well, and the admin team, apart from their immediate tasks like booking appointments and billing and being nice to people at the front, they're coasting. And they don't feel like they're coasting, they feel like they're doing their job. But this is the difference between a good workplace and a great workplace. Is in a great workplace, your people are aware of so much more that they can do. In a good workplace, everyone always thinks like they're doing enough. I'm doing enough right now. I'm busy. So why are your people coasting? So there's often a really good reason for this, and it's all about you. Like most problems in your clinic are your responsibility. So why are your people coasting? It's because you're not really leading them. Your people don't know what you actually expect from them. So you might feel frustrated sometimes because you're like, oh, well, that physio hasn't made their recalls and, these people have cancelled and they haven't come back. But you haven't set a standard. And this is either through your actions or your expectations and your communication. So your people don't know what you want from them because you haven't communicated it clearly enough, and you may not be living in your own life and your own practice what you want from your people. And we know in a workplace that people follow the leader. If you're not setting an example, or if you're setting a bad example, they're going to follow that example. So are your people inspired in their lives, Or do you feel like you need to motivate them by giving them systems and keeping them accountable and, having them have warnings and, if you don't do this, you on your first strike or your second strike or whatever? Or are you people inspired where they know what they need to do and they just get it done? So are you getting enough value from your people? Because the value you could be getting from them with the right people or the people with the right training is incredible. And it will stop that first element. It'll stop you feeling like you run off your feet with patience, mentoring and fighting fires. Your people will start to fight the fires. Your people will take ownership of their patience. And you'll be giving really meaningful mentoring to your people. So guys, a question. What are you actually doing regularly to inspire your team? Why should your team feel inspired? Why should they love coming to work every day? What do you do and what do you create in your workplace and your environment that gives them this inspiration? It's really important that we do something. Okay, so the next topic we're going to talk about is why is inspiring your team important? So what's the benefit to you that you get from inspiring your team? So number one, inspiring your team is important because it builds your leadership skills and credentials. So you become a better leader through learning how to inspire your team. Now, the benefit of you becoming a better leader is you having a better functioning team. So as you become a better leader, you develop a better ability to lead your team, which leads to a better functioning team. Now, after today, I want to make one distinction with you. You need to start thinking in terms of a team and not staff. So my business coach about 2 years ago, he virtually stopped me from using the word staff. So if you have staff, you have a bunch of people who are doing their best, but they're not really together. If you have a team, you have you as the leader and you have your team following you, which is still fine, and growing into and becoming leaders as well. So distinction, from today forward, you've got a team, you don't have staff. So inspiring your team is important because you optimize your culture. So optimizing your culture creates a behavioral standard that your team adhere to, uphold, and create themselves. So you want your team to take ownership of the culture. Now, when you have a behavioral standard, you create an environment of success. So when many people in the same workplace believe in the same behavioral standard and act in that way, that shows through in the environment, which is how your workplace feels to people coming in, to your team, to stakeholders, and to yourself. When you inspire your team, you help your team grow. And by grow, I mean personal growth. So you help them become better physios and better admin, reception, practice managers, better allied health practitioners, but more important than that, better people. So you help them realize what they want in their life, who they are and what they stand for, what's holding them back. So some of our stuff from early on in this program regarding negative beliefs, and you help to give them direction with goals. When your people become better, your business works better. So your business is the sum of a bunch of better people, people who are growing, people who are learning. Now, the final product is as your business works better, you don't have to be Superman or Superwoman. So you don't have to fight all the fires. You don't have to mentor everyone. You don't have to treat all the patients. You can concentrate on big picture items. You can do important tasks. You can work on your passion project. You can monitor and you can lead and you can be proactive in making decisions rather than reactive. These are all the things that I've found have happened as my people have got better, as I've helped them grow, and as my business has gotten better. Really important stuff. So guys, what does inspiring your team look like? So this is the first step. This is not everything. This is just the onboarding. How to get your people started with this process of inspiring them. And from then on, it's inspiring them every day and every week. So what this initially looks like is a special team meeting. So it's a team meeting that might be when your normal team meeting is, but it's about a special topic. It's a big topic. And the first thing you need to do is explain why you are doing this. So, guys, what we're doing is we are going to improve this business, and I'm going to help you guys to get more out of what you want in your life. You got to explain why this is important to you. And this is why we did what we did at the very start of this program. So you're going to talk to your team about your desire to be a better leader. So, all of us, me included, can be better leaders. And we need to talk to our team, and you need to talk to your team and say, hey guys, I realize that I need to be a better leader for this clinic, but especially for you. I need to put you guys first. You guys are the most important people to me as my team. And you need to explain why you want to be a better leader. For the purpose of helping your team get more out of their work. So your people achieve everything that they dream about in their lives. So they come to work happy. So they get the best results with their clients. So they become recognized and known in your community. And so people are ringing up, and instead of saying, hey, I want to see the owner, they're ringing up and say, I want to see this physio. I want to see this physio, because they're awesome and because people are actively referring their family and friends to your other physios. So you're explaining to your physios and your team that you want to help them get more out of their work, but also their lives. So you want to help them to achieve their dreams. You want to help them buy the house. You want to help them earn more money. You want to help them take the holidays. You want to help them participate in their hobbies and have time to do so. You want to help to give them time with their families to do the things that are most important to them. So you're going to help them live great lives. So you're going to explain your original why. So you're going to go back to your master plan document, and right at the start, where we looked at your personal why, you're going to explain this to them, because you'd be surprised how many of them may have an idea about your why, but they don't know you as deeply as you think they do. You may not have taken them in a situation where they know a lot about you deeply. They know you as the physio, but they don't know you as the person. And then the final part of this initial inspiring your team process looks like you presenting your clinic's vision, mission, and purpose. So the big picture elements about your clinic, what you're actually trying to achieve. So my clinic, the vision, to make Redcliffe the healthiest and best place to live in Australia. Our mission, to positively influence the lives of every single person on the Redcliffe Peninsula. And our purpose, we're driven by the incredible results we achieve together with our clients and fellow members of Scarborough Physio and Health as a team. Giving people their lives back is our purpose. So you're going to present your vision, mission, and purpose to your team. So guys, how does inspiring your team actually work as a process? So firstly, your people need to know why you're doing this, or else what's in their head is, why is the boss talking to me about this? What's this all about? How's this relevant? They're going to have all these unusual questions that you want to pre-answer their objections in your presentation. So they need to know why you're doing this. So guys, as clinic owners, we all have different reasons for doing this, and I need you to be really honest with yourself and consider why you're doing this for your team. Is it so you can create more time in your life? Is it so you can have more time to mentor them? Is it so you can have more time to do something else? Is it so you can have more money to do something in particular? Is it so they can have more money? Is it so you can make a bigger impact? Is it so you can help a particular demographic in the population in your region? What are your reasons for doing this? And be honest with your people, because they know you. And they'll sort of really come on board when you present that really genuine front. You tell them what you actually want. So my reason, I want to create an environment where people love coming to work. So I love my job, and I've been through times where I feel like no one's really had my back in my clinic. So I've come in, I've slaved my guts out, I love what I do, but I just haven't got that feel from the people around me. Now, about 3 years ago, I made a conscious effort to start to create an environment where my people love coming to work, and just the environment now is awesome. I get up in the morning, I'm looking forward to seeing all of my team, seeing how they're going, hearing how they're going, helping them with their challenges, helping them to get better. So we've got an environment now where people love coming to work. So your people, they need to understand your personal why. So from right back at the start, they need to understand not only you as the physio, but you as the person. That deepens the connection, and that helps them really to buy into what you're selling. And what you're selling is becoming a better team, and you becoming a better leader. So they need your personal why. So with the vision, they need a vision that's bigger than you or them. So our clinic's vision, as an example, make Redcliffe the healthiest and best place to live in Australia. That vision's bigger than them. It's bigger than me. It's for our community. So when a vision is something that's bigger than us, people subscribe to it, people buy into it, and people work hard to help achieve it. Now, the way that I track that is we track the number of people that we've helped. So in Redcliffe, there's about 50,000 people, and I think we've helped between 11 and 12,000 people currently. So we've helped almost a quarter of our population, and my goal is within the next 5 years for that number to be 25,000, so to help half of our population. So that's a big vision that my people can get on board with. So your people need to know where they fit into this whole scenario. So yeah, how can they help you to achieve the vision? So for my practice manager, she's got KPIs around helping fill the practitioners. For the practitioners, they've got KPIs around the way that they treat their clients. So for them, it's helping see people through to the finish and get them fully better. So your people need to know where they're fitting into this scenario. And when they understand why you're doing this, your personal why and your vision, then they've got some context, and that's really important for them to have. And then the next thing is they need to know the next step. So where is this going? Why are you doing this? Where is this going? So they need to know, okay, well, we're going to talk about all this, but how can it just not be lip service and it just stops here and now? How does this continue on? How do we live this vision? How do we get to where we need to go? So they need to know the next steps, which you need to outline for them. Okay, guys, so here's my personal scenario and where we were at before and after I started this process of inspiring my team. So I'll remember back to a point about 8 years ago now, which is in 2009. So I was doing what I'd call working like a slave. So I was getting to work before 7 o'clock. I was leaving work after 7 o'clock. Granted, I wasn't doing a Saturday, but during the week I was probably working 60-hour week, and that was just with clients. So my record week was seeing 134 patients, which at the time I was actually really proud of. I remember I think one day 34 patients was my record in a day because I did 20-minute appointments. But yeah, when I look back, I can't believe that I did this. I feel like, if I could not possibly do that now, I was obviously on a fast track to burnout. If that was something that I kept on doing, I wouldn't have lasted long in this industry. Now, my other physio who I had at the time and my admin staff would come in and they'd do a good job. Sorry about the spelling error there. They'd come in and they'd do their core work, so they'd do what they needed to do, but they wouldn't do anything more. So the physio would see his clients, write his notes and go home. The admin team would take calls, book appointments, process payments and be nice to people, and nothing more. And sometimes even the admin team wouldn't do that. So I remember times where someone would be on the phone and the phone would ring and it'd be another patient wanting to book in, but they wouldn't even bother following up with them. And I was just scratching my head and I was thinking, what the hell have I created here? So we had an environment of mediocrity and blame. So, we were happy to just get by with the bare minimum to do our job. And when something went wrong, we'd look to sort of lay blame on the person who we felt created the problem. Now, as I know now as the leader, everything in the clinic's my responsibility and my fault. So technically, even though other people were doing this, it was all my fault. I'd created this environment. So our people didn't love coming to work. So they'd come to work and do their job, but there was no love. They didn't sort of proudly identify with the Scarborough Physio and Health brand. So yeah, this was probably at its worst in about 2013, 2014. So where am I at now? So here in 2017. So personally, I've halved my clinical hours. So I now do about 20 clinical hours a week. It's taken me 3 years. Those hours are still on the way down. I'm definitely not where I need to be, but I'm a lot better than I was. My people have stepped up. So when I look at my clinic stats, I was always the busiest physio, bringing in the most revenue per week. And now there are regularly weeks where my 2 other full-time physios bring in more than me. That makes me really, really proud. So my people are stepping up. So they go over and above. And what I mean by this is they don't just treat their clients. They will shoot videos that go on our Facebook. They'll write articles. They'll be in the community contacting potential referrers and strategic alliances. They do their recalls. They're forming partnerships. My admin team are doing the bid tasks. They're doing, they're calling the phone lists. They're participating in the social media. They're doing a better job than ever before because we've created an environment of high performance. And what happens is when you've got that environment, you can have someone new come into it and they immediately subscribe to that way of being, that culture in your environment. And conversely, you can lose somebody and you can pick up someone who steps up where that person left off. Now, we have an environment of ultimate accountability, so everyone's responsible for everything. So we had a problem a few weeks ago, and we all acknowledged that we all had a part to play in that problem. That's a really nice feeling because we've also created an environment where no one gets blamed. If something goes wrong, you fix it. So everyone's responsible. And henceforth, everyone loves coming to work. And that's a really good way to be, and you cannot buy that sort of culture. And when our clients come into our environment, they feel that and they subscribe to it. That's why they want to be here. They enjoy being in our environment. It's energizing for them. Okay, guys, so this is the next step. So what I'm going to ask you to do is plan and prepare for this special team meeting and organize it. As I say, it can be as simple as what you normally do when you're in service. So what you need to have written down is why you're doing this. Why do you want to be a better leader? You need to have your personal why ready to go. So it makes sense to just print out the first couple of pages of your master plan document. And you need to have your clinic vision, mission, and purpose. So you're presenting your vision, mission, and purpose to your team. This may be the first time they've heard it, or it may just be that they're hearing it in a different context based on your why and based on your current situation and why you're wanting to be a better leader and the fact that you're wanting to help them to achieve all their hopes and dreams in their life. Now, this is what you're going to let them know too. So our next steps. So the next module is what we're going to do is we're going to design and refine your culture as a team. So the key is doing this as a team. You're going to determine how you want your team to be rewarded. And this is a bonus module that I'm doing for you, which is called Languages of Appreciation. So this is to incentivize your team, and they're going to love this. And then the big one. So the big one, this is probably the major point that we're going to move forward after the Train the Ultimate Physio program with, is team goal setting 3 monthly. So we're going to do 3 big next steps: designing your culture, determining how your team want to be rewarded, and team goal setting. So I'm really excited for you at this stage. So what I want you to do is do your preparation, organize your meeting, and then I want to get some feedback after you've had your special team meeting. So let's do it, guys. Good luck.